Welcome, Libra, to Dream and Bone Tarot, where we step into the dream, listen to the bones, and find the story written in the cards. This is your general September 2025 tarot reading. It's going to be a 7-card spread. Go ahead and get started. In the pre-shuffle, I did see the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, and there was one more that I saw. That might have been it. The first card for you in your current energy is the Nine of Pentacles, which is abundance, independence. Like, that is a great current energy to be in. The subconscious holds the Page of Cups. Thank you. The Knight of Swords is in what is affecting you most right now, in the 3rd position. 4th position is lessons you've learned. Could also be the past. Thank you. Strength. All right. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is going to be very aligned with surrounding fate, destiny, something that had happened to you in the past that you had to overcome. What's coming in is the Queen of Wands. Okay. For Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for September 2025. Something that Libra does not see but needs to see. September 2025. Thank you. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Be some unexpected income. Of course, we will clarify to figure out what that is exactly. And the likely outcome. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to get a card on the bottom, which I just put the Knight of Wands right there. I'm going to move that. So the bottom is the Nine of Wands. All right. Interesting that we did not get... We have the Eight of Swords and the Star. Okay. All right. So let's see what we have here. Line all this up. So I do feel that you are in this comfortable place right now in your life. And I see that in the Nine of Pentacles. I'm almost getting that you didn't take a lot of time in the past to rest. And this could be recent past, or it could be five, 6 months. You were in a situation that has sort of led you to this point, and you're finally getting some time to rest and recoup. That's what I'm hearing. And I do feel as though finances were a concern. We're going to clarify this first position. So clarify the Nine of Pentacles, please, for Libra for September 2025. And the current energy for Libra. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles, please. Thank you. Yeah, so definitely the Seven of Wands. And kind of gets what I was feeling on it. You were in this situation that did not allow you to rest. And you were constantly on the not defensive. The Seven of Wands is a very defensive card, but you weren't on the defensive from other people. I feel like you were on the defensive because of something that occurred. Thank you. Something to do with your family, friends, ones closest to you. You do have the Three of Cups here. And the Four of Pentacles on the bottom. The Four of Swords on the bottom under that. And after that, it was the Ten of Swords. So definitely you're finally getting that rest that you need, that you were not able to get quite a few months ago. I'm sorry, I have a hair on my face. Oh my gosh, something. So I feel like I need one more card. Get one more card, please, to clarify the Nine of Pentacles for Libra. Thank you. Page of Swords. I do feel that you've been able to get this rest because you've implemented something. I feel like this is a new routine for you that you've done. You've started doing the past few weeks that have helped you kind of come back into center. And is there anything more with that? Yeah, again, it's not that you were fighting or defending yourself from other people. It was the situation. Not so much the situation with yourself, but it was, for, or not so much it wasn't you were defensive from other people, and it wasn't because you were defending yourself against something, but it's because you felt as though you had to start fighting for something. Does that make sense? You had to start fighting for something. And it was for family and friends. Family, friends, loved ones, those closest to you. And because you feel responsible for them. And this Page of Swords, the Page of Swords always reminds me of a princess who wants to be a knight, someone who's very out of place. So this sort of feels like you've never done this before and it's new to you. This situation that you were put into is still new and you're still learning your way around that. But I do believe you're figuring it out. But right now, in the current energy, it's looking and feeling really good. Um, what's affecting us most is the Knight of Swords. We go from the page here to the knight, the princess who wants to be the knight. So what's affecting you most right now is the Knight of Swords. This very like, I got to get this done. Having those ideas come in, clarity, the know-how, and you just go out there and you do it. And you don't. It's this really go get 'em energy for me, and um, it's almost like you're going to run over anybody who's in your way. Thank you. So you have the Two of Swords clarifying the Knight of Swords. Can I please have 2 to 3 more cards to clarify the Knight of Swords for Libra for September 2025? Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sun, Moon, and or Rising, I should say. Thank you. So you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is unity. It's the 1111 card because there's, 2 sticks on either side. This is about family. This is about home, union, coming together, celebration. It could also be a wedding. But the Two of Swords is like a crossroads. Still feeling, I feel like it almost feels like a transition, that you are almost in limbo. I can say that. You do have the King of Wands under the bottom of the deck. You also have the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom as well. So I do believe that you are still sort of in this limbo, this sort of doubting yourself, not really, her not seeing all the options. I have 1 to 2 more cards, please, to clarify this Knight of Swords for Libra. There is 2. The Two of Cups, the Nine of Wands, which we also have right here. That was our bottom card. So this is all being done out of love. This could be a relationship. This could also be, those closest to you. Anything you love, pets, friends, family. And I do feel with the Nine of Wands, this is taking on a lot of burden, understanding that going forward, it's going to be difficult. You are going to have times where you're going to want to look around you and say, I can't do this. But I do believe once we get out of this doubting stage that I feel with the Two of Swords here, because it still feels very you have that drive to do something, but you don't know if it's the correct thing to do. And I like that we have twos here. Twos are about balance. So you have the Two of Swords and the Two of Cups. Twos are about balance. And I think because I think you're afraid that if you make if you make a decision, you're going to lose the balance you currently have, this new routine that you had started for yourself. feel like you're going, I feel like you believe that you're going to lose some of the balance that you've created. And I don't think that's going to be the case. But what you have here is you do see it as very difficult, but you're coming from a place of love, and I believe that is a beautiful thing. I think we should all live in this place of love where we approach our daily lives in, from the heart space. And now I do see this with the Page of Cups in your subconscious. You are coming from a place of love. You are listening to those around you, perhaps family, friends, loved ones, children. You are very empathetic to their needs, to their wants. But I also feel as though if you sorry, it's not coming through quite clear. I almost feel as if you take too much of that, you'll forget about yourself. And that goes back to this balance that we have here. So take some time for yourself in the midst of your new routine that you may have, that you're doing for family and friends. Ace of Swords on the bottom, clarity, lifting the fogginess. Can we have 2 to 3 cards to, thank you. Got the Star with the Page of Cups. So take that time for some healing, some you time. Now 2 more cards, please, for the Page of Cups for Libra. Thank you. Thank you. The Knight of Swords. So your subconscious is very focused. It's very aligned with something. The subconscious is all about our beliefs that we have, that we hold about ourselves, that are sort of unknowing beliefs, right? I mean, they're just kind of our day-to-day conversations we have in our head. So I think you're constantly thinking about, I have to go and do this, and I don't want to be here. I'd much rather go out and do the thing that I need to go do. I heard that it's very I just saw the 6 of Swords flipped over. So that's, peace after a trouble, like troubling times, sort of moving away from what I just said, moving away from that. I don't want to be here. I want to go do something else. And I think it's because whatever it is that you are currently doing, it gives you this sort of release, this hope that I feel that you lost in a past situation. You have the Empress. Libra. This is one of your cards that you share with Taurus. The Empress is creativity, judgment. The Empress is creativity. She is what gives birth to ideas, or she gives birth to, actual birth. But This is you bringing in and having really great inner an inner voice, a very great inner voice about yourself, about the situation. And I think because you want to work hard on that and you say, I can keep doing this and I can bring this in. I can take care of the people that I love. I can have the balance. I can do this. So this is great. What's up here though, I think is a little bit of the ego. Um, Especially with the Two of Swords. He just flew right across the table like he wanted to go somewhere. So the Two of Swords is that ego, that indecisiveness, where I just like, I don't know about this. Still having that doubt. Take the blindfold off. Listen to this. Listen to this. Keep your empathy. Um, Listen to those around you, or their needs, their wants. They just want somebody to listen to them, and you're great at doing that. Libras do have this wonderful ability to talk to people, and even though I think it's sort of so, do you ever, if you're ever somewhere and someone just starts talking to you, it's because you have this presence about you, this healing presence that people feel as though they can just lay it all on you. But, that's also a blessing and a curse, I feel, because it can drain you. So be sure you're taking time for yourself if that happens. Um, there are people who will take without giving back. So just be very mindful of that. Going forward, I don't know why I just came up with that. Is the second time I've seen that Seven of Cups. So in the past lessons that you've learned, you have strength. Strength is overcoming an obstacle. It is courage, bravery, courage, same thing. You have the Five of Pentacles. So you did experience something that made you step back and like, is this really happening to me right now? And I am getting that. Is this actually happening? We have 2 to 3 more cards to clarify the strength card for Libra for this past situation. Thank you. The Queen of Wands on the bottom. Then you have the Three of Wands and then the Death card. So major transformation with what happened in the past. I do think this was something to do with family. And the reason I'm saying that is because you have the Ten of Pentacles and you also have the Three of Swords. And with the Three of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, this was setting. I feel like this shook your foundation. I'm so sorry. I have this piece of fuzz or hair will not get off my face. Oh my goodness gracious. So this Ten of Pentacles, this really shook you up, and it had to do with this. I'm not necessarily saying it was about finances. I think that was part of it, but I think most of it was family. It was a very tumultuous, I just heard tumultuous event that was life changing. And it took a lot of strength, courage, power to come out of it. And I think that even though this card is in the past, I think we're going to see that this is still affecting you. Because how could it not? If you're still coming out of this, then yeah, this is still going to affect you. The Three of Swords is thoughts, memories that come up that affect your heart. So, this Five of Pentacles, this was a transition, but the good news about the Five of Pentacles is that it represents transition. It also represents hope, because I feel as though they're walking through the snow and their salvation is right next to them. It could also mean that they don't see it because the snow is so blinding. But in this case, from what I see, I do believe that this was a transition. This is something that had to happen. And you started working your way out of it. But I do think this really affected your finances now that I'm thinking about it a lot, because and I'm sort of on these cards. I do think that it really affected your finances. This also had to do with family. I don't think it was friends. I do believe it was family, someone in your immediate family close to you. Um, thank you. So we're going to move on to this Queen of Wands here. This is the energy you have coming in, energy or ideas you have coming in. And surprisingly enough, we have the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck right here. So perfect time to move on to the Queen of Wands. She is all about following her passion. She's holding a sunflower, the Fool. So the Queen of Wands follows the sun, follows what makes her happy. You are stepping out into the sun and doing the things that make you happy. You have the World card. You also have the Emperor on the bottom right there. The World is cycles ending, things coming to a completion. So perhaps with the Fool here and the Queen of Wands following her sun, and the Fool clarifying that, I think we do. Thank you. I just heard, don't miss that card. The Seven of Pentacles. But I do think that we are getting into this energy of, I'm going to do what I love. I'm going to follow my passion and see where it leads me. I may not know exactly what I'm doing yet, but I'm going to get there one day. But you have to start somewhere. Even if you're not a master at something, no one was ever a master at anything when they first started it. Even the greatest people of their craft or their talent weren't the best whenever they first started, right? So we all have to start somewhere. But I think you are following what's meant for you, following your path. I'm not taking all of those cards, but thank you. Sorry. No, I'm not taking. Can't. It's a lot of cards. Thank you. So you have the Devil. The Devil is about passion. What did I just say? You're following your passion. And this Seven of Pentacles is appreciating how far you come. For me, this is about gratitude. This is about being thankful that you have made it so far from this. And now this is coming in. This is all coming into you. It's coming in for you. And it's because you're in this abundance. this Nine of Pentacles, this lady who's tending her garden, who is, and you have Judgment. It's a doorway. I mean, you have this lady who's tending her garden and she's looking after, you know, what she loves. She's doing what she loves, right? And you have, because you're in this energy, you have this coming in. You have this, I want to say abundance coming into you in the form of hobbies, health, um, just in general, things that you love are on their way. But it's because you're in that current energy that they are on their way in. And I don't want you to look at the devil and think that it's a bad thing. That's definitely not a bad thing. The devil with all these other cards around it. It's following your passion. I said we're done with that one. Okay. So we're going to move on to the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is something that you don't see coming in, that you need to probably pay attention to. And this feels like finances to me. But we're going to get some cards. Can I please have 2 to 3 cards to clarify the Ace of Pentacles for Libra in what they don't see but should be seeing for September of 2025. Thank you. So you have the Four of Swords for the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Thank you. You have Judgment. All right. I feel like this is an opportunity. And generally, the Ace of Pentacles is opportunities coming in. So it does represent finances or jobs, people. Pentacles are about the 3D. And I feel as though this is something that's coming in, that's coming to light. You don't see it. It sort of comes out of the blue. It's unexpected. It's almost like you're doing your thing, and then this comes out of the blue, and you don't see it. So I don't think it's 1 or 2 more cards to clarify this Ace of Pentacles, please. Thank you. What did I just say? I said, you don't see it. Comes out of the blue. The moon. This is about things coming to light. Something being revealed to you. And it's not here yet, but it's coming. So I think that pretty soon you're going to know what this is. I heard 4 to 6 weeks. So maybe it won't happen at the end of September. It might happen mid-October is what I just heard. What did I say about? They're so cheeky. Thank you. So the Nine of Swords. You're worried about this. You're quite worried about this. So I think this is here because this is ending. I'm going to need 1 more card, please, to clarify this Ace of Pentacles for Libra and what they don't see coming, but should see or should be on the lookout for. Thank you. I'm here. The Seven of Cups. It comes with options. Usually I see the Seven of Cups as a distraction. We have strength on the bottom, overcoming the adversity. What else do we have here? We have Justice, Libra. That's your card. It's your card of balance. So let's take a look here. What you don't see coming is something to do with the 3D. I do feel it is finances. 4 to 6 weeks. And it's going to be out of the blue. It's going to be revealed to you in a way that you would not expect. And it's going to end your worry, your sleepless nights. You have a hard time sleeping. And it comes with options. Like I said, I usually see this as distractions, but I feel like this is options. Like you're going to have many things to do. This is fated. This is from the universe. Judgment is a doorway. Whatever's coming in for you is going to change your life. And the likely outcome is judgment. So, whatever you have coming in is good. It's going to be good for you. Even though I feel like we have some very interesting cards. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that, we're going to be in this position of suffering, because the Ace of Pentacles itself is a great card to have in, any reading. So, but it's what you don't see coming in. This is a surprise from the universe. And it's going to be revealed to you. And it's going to help you add to this recuperation that you should be giving yourself, not on just a weekly basis, but a daily basis. Self-care is not just a weekly thing. It is a daily thing. It's a daily occurrence that needs to happen. And again, you have Justice underneath the Strength card. Can we please clarify the final position for Libra, please? This Judgment card for September 2025 for Libra, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. Thank you. Like I said, it's a gift from the universe. It's a gift. Something you don't see coming. It comes out of the blue because you're content with what you're currently doing. Yeah, it's difficult, but you're content with it. And it's almost like you're in your routine and you're resting. And then out of nowhere, like it's almost like a lightning strike. I would not be shocked if we got the Tower, to be quite honest. I'm going to have 2 to 3 more cards to clarify this Judgment, please. You didn't quite flip over. You sort of did. You didn't fall. Thank you. See you. King of Swords. Mental clarity. This lifting of the fog, being a master of what you're doing. So whatever comes in for you is going to be something that you love doing. And I heard it's going to be very right up your alley. And it could be a new job position. do you use a lot of math in your job? I just saw like numbers. I'm not a math person at all. I am very much language arts, history. I don't do math in the least little bit. Anyways. So you have the 4. You have a lot of 4s. You have every 4 in the deck came out for you this reading. So the 4 of Pentacles is something that you are holding on to quite tightly. It's almost like, but this to me feels like, I can't believe this is happening almost. It almost kind of feels like this. But it's, when you receive this, be sure you release the energy that you have contained that did not align with what you wanted. So, we do falter back and forth between, we are probably ending with the 10 of Swords here. This is the painful completion of something, of thoughts, negative emotions, negative feelings, negative self-talk. So make sure you release that. Is this the Sun card? It's the Lovers. Alignment. So coming into alignment with something, making the choice, having this choice to do something. So you're giving options and you are deciding on what's best for you. Maybe 1 to 2 more cards for the Judgment card, please. Actually, just 1 more card. We don't need 2 more, just 1 more. Thank you. Strength. So you've come a long way from what was back here and to here. It's just the universe, it's spirit reaffirming that you've come a long way. You've done great work. I think we don't need any more clarifiers for this one. So you do have something coming in that's out of the blue. Absolutely. We see it here with Judgment. Judgment's right here too. This is the transition from what you don't see coming in to the likely outcome. I think if you stay in this energy, this healing energy, and we're going to end the negative self-talk that we sometimes do. But I think you've gotten a lot better at that. I think that was a really hard thing for you before. Back here, it was very almost as though like I can't do this. Like I just can't do this. I can't go on. I just, blah 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 blah. But we're getting into this, very empathetic. And I almost feel like it's not just for other people, but it's for ourselves. And taking time to figure out what we need as well, because we have the star in the subconscious. And, I don't want to say impulsive. That's not the right word for this, because this is very well thought out. And this is creative energy because you're doing something that you love, that you're passionate about. And then you have wonderful things coming in for you. And you've overcome so much in the past. And I think this is beautiful. So for the final part of this, we're going to clarify the 9 of Wands. I feel this is the theme. And this is about breaking barriers for me. It can also be about the picking up the hardships of the responsibilities, things that might weigh heavy on your shoulders, and looking at it and saying, I don't know if I can do this, but this feels like breaking through barriers for me. You know, looking at these wands and saying, I got this. That's not a problem at all. So can we please clarify the Nine of Wands in the overall theme, as I'll call it, in this reading for Libra for September 2025? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is not aggressive. He's not impulsive. He's very thorough with his process, with his thought, and I think it's because you've learned so much about what was back here. This is confidence. Saying that I got this. This is confidence. And Page of Pentacles is a very adventurous spirit. This taking the ideas from the swords and implementing them. Because you're implementing them here, you're getting the inspiration to do so. So I think, and then the Queen of Wands, of course, up here follows her passion. So I think this month you're going to be breaking, I mean, I heard breaking records. You might be breaking records, but it's breaking through and moving up. Please have 1 to 2 more cards to clarify the Nine of Wands for Libra, please. Thank you. The Five of Cups and the Six of Cups. And Justice on the bottom of the deck. How beautiful is that? Ah, Libra. You have really, really shown up in your reading quite a few times. But listen, we go from the 5 to the 6 to this sort of not seeing, paying attention to the wrong things. And I feel like this was back here. Paying attention to the wrong things to having beauty in your life again, having this appreciation, this give and take, this beautiful energy of it. I want to say love. It is love. I think it's you and other people, but it's also yourself as well. And the Six of Cups is a nostalgic energy, almost feeling like a kid again, as though you have a little bit more freedom to do the things you want to do, not having so many adult responsibilities, right? King of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Swords as well. Libra, this is you. This is definitely your reading. I am going to get one shadow card because I have to. It just kind of fell out of my thought. It was not intentional on their part. Can I please have one card for Libra on what we should be looking for, what we should be working on for ourselves during the month of September? The Ace of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? Okay. And on the bottom, you have the Ten of Cups. But I don't ever look at the bottom for shadow cards. Really? I was just curious. The Ace of Pentacles. Be open to this opportunity. Whenever this comes in, 4 to 6 weeks, you're not going to see it. It's not going to be obvious at first. And you may want to put your hand out instead of accepting this. I love that there's a gate right here, and judgment is a gate, is a doorway. I don't know if you can even see that. Can you see that? There's a gate right there to a garden. So I'm seeing that instead of not accepting this pentacle, it's almost like this hand reaches out. Excuse me. It's almost like this hand reaches out, but then you push it away. Don't do that. It may be that not seeing it coming. What else can we tell Libra about this Ace of Pentacle? Not what it seems. You may be tempted to push it away. Okay? Things that seem mundane are not. You may be tempted to push this away, to deny it, because you don't feel worthy. But you are. You were chosen for a reason. Okay. Do you have any last messages for Libra, please? What deck? This one. Final messages for Libra for September 2025. Final messages for Libra, please. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles. Have faith, Libra. See what it says on there? It says faith. Have faith. Trust in the universe to give this to you. And below you have the happy occasion, the Four of Wands. We had that here. The Two of Wands, unity. King of Swords. I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords, spontaneity. And then we have the Empress. And the Two of Swords, which is difficulties. Like we said earlier. Similar to what we said earlier. So Libra, that is all I have for you this time around. Please like, share if you'd like, subscribe. Remember, you're a part of this story now. So I hope you found something meaningful within these messages. Until next time, take care.